What's going on, Fields and Cults? I am the great and powerful Trixie, and welcome back to the Manor. I got a request to try to finish this game properly, so we're trying a fourth time. And since you've already seen it all, I started at the beginning, picked up the key and the jewel, left the necklace behind, and went to the right, got my 5 bits. And so now we are presented with 3 options. The left door leads us to Twilight. I did not take the bathhouse or the kitchen before. So let's go with the kitchen.
Trixie enters the kitchen, finds a bag of bits, then leaves.
Oh,
you get
yay.
10 bits.
10 bits, I'll take that. Okay, so let's go through... Oh, Trixie enters into a... See, there was no narration for that. Trixie enters into another connected room with 3 doors on each wall. A placard to her right pertaining to its door... Oh, crap. Pertaining to its door... reads, reads garden, while the other door ahead and to her left remains nameless. Last time I took the garden, let's take the forward door.
Trixie presses on through the door and trudges down the long, featureless corridor. It seems to go on forever.
No, we already
Trixie
been here.
when
the resting kills us, so
Trixie
no.
continues through what seems to be
Okay, we've already seen this. This is the
Trixie
tower.
ascends the seemingly unending stairs until
And
finally,
last
door
time we
presents
kept going,
itself,
but
and
let's
there
enter
are
the
more.
door.
Trixie quietly enters through the door into an opulent, yet unremarkable room with only one exit.
Okay, let's continue then.
Trixie traverses another corridor, finally entering into another plain room with 2 exits, one to her front and one to her right, as well as a table on the left. A peculiar force encourages Trixie to pursue the table, leading her to discover a tiny bottle of green, bubbling liquid and a small slice of deliciously appealing cake resting on it. Trixie doesn't want to, but she can't help herself. As she reaches out to the table, she cannot pull away, but retains enough control to direct her hoof. Will you take the drink or the cake?
See, I'm getting sort of an Alice in Wonderland feel from this, and if I remember correctly, drinking in Alice in Wonderland shrunk you, while drinking made you bigger, or while eating made you bigger, so I'm gonna eat the cake.
Trixie directs her hoof to the tiny cake. Her leg raises itself with a mind of its own, and she immediately swallows it whole. Grinning like a silly filly, Trixie lets out a moan of approval as a warm, seductive feeling passes over her. Her brief heavenly escape is interrupted when she notices her raised hoof throbbing. Fear takes hold as her entire body begins to bloat and inflate, swelling her to 5, then 6, then 7 times her normal size. In her panicked state, as the room bends but refuses to give way to her enormous size, Trixie thrashes and smashes the vial on the table.
Oh, crap.
The tiny dosage spills onto some indiscernible portion of her skin, and suddenly, she shrinks to her normal size again. Giving herself a rapid once-over, Trixie decides all is well, as can be for now, and presses on through one of the 2 exits. Do you take the right door, or the forward door?
See, the picture made it seem like we were going to stay big, so we can either take the right door or the forward door. Let's just go forward.
Pushing onward, Trixie enters into a furnished room
bad.
lined with rolls of fabric and spools of thread. A spinning loom rests
Can I go into the Disney Hall or
fresh
something?
line of rich purple thread feeding into it with nothing yet being produced. An invisible seamstress seems to be working the machine, but not making anything as if waiting.
Oh, hello.
A disembodied voice calls out. Trixie doesn't respond, frozen in a
doesn't
mixture
sound
of
like
fear
the
and
creepy guy
confusion.
from earlier.
You're the lovely young filly who's after her hat and cape, right?
Trixie continues her silence.
She has her
Maybe I
cape.
could help you with that.
Trixie inexplicably feels comfort in the presence of this entity, despite it clearly being a ghost. Against her logical senses, she immediately trusts the voice and approaches the loom. Lost in her relaxed state, Trixie fails to notice an unseen force lifting her hoof up towards the threader.
Oh, you want to lend me a hoof?
Trixie frowns in confusion for a moment.
A hoof is exactly what I need.
Oh no.
Trixie's face fills with horror as she watches her hoof disappear into the threader, transforming on the other side into azure thread, filing along into the machine.
Shit.
Unable to find words for what is happening, Trixie gasps and grunts as she seizes up, the pleasant invisible mare feeding her leg in further until eventually her body winds completely in. Trixie lets out a final whimper as her head feeds into the loom.
Crap.
The ghost's skill is clearly unsurpassed, as she hastily weaves a perfect replica of Trixie's hat and cape.
out of
holding them up
Trixie.
in the air to present them to their owner.
Oh, where did you go? What a shame.
Crap.
Trixie blinks a few times, only able to see and hear in her new form, finding herself tossed onto the ground, looking on as she notices a pile of unique articles of clothing in front of her. Game over.
Well, that wasn't the right way, so let's go back. See, and that's like a final game over. Shit. So, well, I guess our only option then is to go back to the beginning. See, can I click game over, please? Alright, in that case, let's take the key and the necklace, go right, take the bits, and go to the bathhouse. Oh shit, not again.
An odd, enchanting feeling comes over her to get her to enter the pool, and she does so against her will. As she paddles about in the water, she suddenly finds it easier with each passing minute to swim about until finally, she observes her own body with her own will, and screams. Game over.
Okay, I think what I'll do is I'm gonna restart again since I was so close to the beginning. I'm gonna go a little bit to get back to the room with the eating and drinking, and I'm gonna take I think it was the door that wasn't forward instead. But I'll cut it, until I get there. Okay, I'm back. Let's go right this time. And the narration's off, so I need to turn it on. So, okay. So this is the plinth. So, last time, see, can I get narration back on? There we go. The narration's on. But we're not going to expect the plinth because we already done that once, so... And we didn't get an option to continue from there. So no, don't expect the plinth. Oh, crap.
Trixie heads to leave through one of the 4 doors surrounding her. Upon reaching for the handle, the door sinks into the floor, disappearing. The same occurs with each of the others as she gallops to try and escape, turning to the pedestal as her last and only option. Deciding to examine it, the plinth rapidly descends into the wooden floor and dissolves, taking the object with it. Trixie waits for a moment, for something to happen, but nothing does. Minutes turn into hours as she continues to wait, banging on the walls and floor, crying for help. But no pony and nothing responds. After a countless amount of time expending energy panicking, Trixie collapses, barely conscious, when finally the room responds, quite unfavorably Trixie finds, as the 4 walls begin grinding inwards, the space slowly shrinking. Trixie pulls herself to her hooves and is forced upright as she is crumpled into a cubic prison when the walls halt. Trixie's eyes fill with tears as she remains trapped forever. Game over.
Damn it. Alright, let's go back and inspect the plinth. It's not gonna be different than last time, though.
Lowering her head and narrowing her eyes, nudging the triangle with her nose. It reacts pleasantly, opening up like a blossoming flower to reveal a bright white light. The light floats by itself for a moment, before empowering, blinding Trixie with its glow. When it finally fades, Trixie unshields her eyes to find herself in a completely different room. More than just a room, it's a large, bright domed hall laid entirely with mosaic tiles. Water features running circular around the central platform that she stands upon. A divine sound begins to echo around the chamber, Trixie sharply turning to find herself beside a large golden harp. It seems to be playing itself as the string pluck and vibrate by themselves. Will you listen to the harp or leave?
Okay, last time I had Twilight, so I will listen to every single one of these. Listening to the harp kills us if I remember correctly, so let's leave.
Feeling it best to continue, despite wanting to take a break, Trixie moves to the edge of the platform and hops across the stream. She slips momentarily and submerges her body into the water, drenching herself. Immediately, she withdraws it and makes for the other side, pausing to observe any possible ill effects. Nothing seems to be wrong, and Trixie makes for the exit. As she does, she can't help but feel some foreign, invigorating feeling about her all of a sudden. You attain the status Charmed.
Yay! Alright, let's continue.
Entering into a library, Trixie is taken aback at the sheer size of the room. Trixie doesn't find it out
Okay, so we've already seen this page. Let's read the book since it gives us shadow magic.
Trixie bites her bottom
and we
lip
got
the
the shadow magic. Okay, we've already seen this page.
Trixie canters across the library,
and we've already seen this page.
Glass windows between each bookcase, and overlooks the front of the mansion. She notices that
Yeah,
it
we've
has
seen
begun
this
to
page.
rain, droplets resting on
Alright,
each
let's
of them.
continue.
A large marble
And
arch.
turn tail
Of
and
course
run.
Trixie
We've already
knows.
seen this all.
Trixie uses her
We're gonna
knowledge
use our
to
shadow
as
magic.
Trixie nears the end of the hall,
But
unable
we're
to
gonna
go
get
anywhere
magically
else.
cut.
Exploding into the library.
Alright, let's
Trixie
ascend the
is,
stairs.
with haste rivaling the Wonderbolts, Trixie is nearly falling down the spiral steps.
We've already seen this, but I can't remember where I went
the
before.
observatory explodes, the darkness flooding down into the tower as shadowy fingers creep along the walls and down the stairs. Upon bursting into the first floor, Trixie panics and jumps into the room, picking a direction on a whim. Ahead, there is a door marked gallery, whilst to her left the door is blank. Which door will you take?
Okay, last time I think I avoided the gallery because it killed me once in that playthrough, so let's go that way instead.
Trixie dashes straight ahead
shit.
into the next room. Those shadows wind through the halls and follow closely as she flees farther into the gallery. She shuts the door behind herself, somehow expecting it to keep the monster following at bay, and heads for the exit. Every single one of the paintings on the walls flicker and change, their inhabitants taking on more grim expressions, some having their faces twisted into unreal aberrations. They leap from their hangars and gather at the door, barring Trixie's escape. She gallops to the way she came in, but sees it slowly being overcome by darkness. Trixie's only choice now is how she will be caught: furious darkness, or consumed by paintings. Game over.
Well, alright, let's go back and left.
Trixie darts for the left door and is forced deeper
Alright,
into
let's
the
continue. We've already seen
tentacles
that.
of darkness hot on her
And
face.
help Twilight.
Trixie frees Twilight. Continuing on
And
into the foyer,
see, what happens if
girls
we
halt
don't
at the
trust
entity
Twilight here? Because
laughs
last time I
and
trusted
asks
her.
Trixie grits her teeth and shoves Twilight
And
away,
we're gonna get a half
stopping
victory.
frantically for the
Alright,
exit.
well,
Not expecting
that
it,
was,
Twilight's
we didn't
legs
see
give
much
way,
extra
she
on that
collapses,
playthrough.
trying to get-
So,
Congratulations! I really hope you
Yay!
had fun playing.
I
Take a
got...
moment to use the scorecard to find out how you did. Share with your friends if you like, and feel free to play and post a score again. Did you get Trixie's hat and cape back?
I think I got 30 points. So, yeah, I didn't do very well. So, let's play again. I'll cut until I get to somewhere I haven't seen before. Okay, I'm back, and this time I took the key and the little jewel thing, went left and helped Twilight, lost the key, and then went forward and forward again, and here's where I haven't been before. So if you want to know what happens in those areas, go back and watch the previous videos. But last time when I had Twilight, I went to the garden, so let's go left this time.
Continuing down the corridor, the girls grow tired.
See, this is another rest area that will hurt us if we rest. So let's not. And continue.
The girls climb until they find a door
And see, maybe having Twilight will help me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna enter the door because maybe having Twilight will help me.
Pushing the door open quietly, the two enter into a calm, uneventful room with nothing of particular interest.
See, I think.
Will you go left or forward?
Huh. Last time, I thought this put me straight into the room with the cake before. Let's go left.
Out of character, Twilight begins to wander away
Oh,
from
here we
Trixie, though Trixie simply follows, thinking Twilight has an idea of where to go. As they enter into the next room, Trixie cocks her head in confusion as Twilight approaches a table with a peculiar collection of items laden on it. Attempting to get her friend's attention fails, and Trixie's concern grows as Twilight reaches out for the cake on the table. Will you talk to Twilight, nudge Twilight, or wave a hoof in front of Twilight?
Okay, so this time Twilight's following, but we have to prevent her from doing it. Let's talk to her.
As Trixie opens her mouth, Twilight
boy.
continues to completely ignore Trixie and downs the cake in one bite. An odd gurgling begins to emanate from Twilight's stomach, and the girls look at one another with concern, knowing that something awful is about to happen.
Something make
Why
it
did
this
you do
way
that?
comes.
I don't know. Something made me.
As the girls argue, Twilight notices her hoof blimp at the end of her leg. Soon, her whole body follows, and she begins to grow to 6, 7, even 8 times her original size.
Hey, Trixie's
The
back
single
there.
table in the room is thrown over by
God.
the floating pony, the vial of green liquid smashing onto Trixie. Things only get worse
Oh,
as Twilight
God.
grows bigger, and Trixie feels herself beginning to get smaller and smaller. Game over.
Okay, so having Twilight didn't help us there. Alright, let's go back and try to wave a hoof in front of Twilight instead.
Waving her hoof, Trixie accidentally slaps Twilight's leg away and snaps her out of her hunger trance for a moment. As they reassert themselves, they turn to move. Will you go forward or to the right?
Okay, the right took us back to the observatory last time. The forward door took us to the lady with the cape, so let's go forward.
As the girls entered the next room, an odd sight greets them. What looks like piles of fabric lay all about a spinning wheel in the center, being tended to by an invisible force.
Oh, You must be the poor filly looking for her clothes.
Trixie's ears prick up and she pushes past Twilight towards the loom.
Yes? That's me?
Trixie addresses the spirit, Twilight following closely.
Oh, well then. I'll be able to help you there. I'm going to need some materials, though.
Oh, crap.
And, what color were your clothes again?
Here goes Ponders. Okay, so I'm hoping that Twilight's able to help us this time since we have her. Let's
Purple.
continue.
Trixie wonders if the ghost might be blind.
Oh,
as she looks
no.
around at the
You
pile
just
of
betrayed
cloth consisting
Twilight.
of all the colors a seamstress could ever hope for.
Well, that's brilliant then. You've even brought some with you.
Fuck.
For a moment, Trixie thinks the ghost has realized that it has a bountiful hoard of threads to use, until she notices Twilight moving past her view.
Twilight, where are you going?
Trixie, what's it doing? I can't stop! Help!
Twilight squeals, but as Trixie grabs her, Twilight's raised leg begins to disappear into the threader of the loom. As more and more feeds in, Trixie realizes that her efforts are useless, and despite a sense of abandonment and guilt, lets go of Twilight's leg, allowing her to be completely consumed by the ghost's device.
So we're probably gonna lose Twilight there. Fuck. But we're going to get our cape, I suppose.
Wincing and wrapping her ears over her eyes as Twilight
Hat and cape
continues to
Twilight.
yell and thrash about, Trixie
Okay,
waits
there we
until
go. We got our hat and
Twilight
cape.
to unshield her eyes.
There you go. Good as new. I hope you like them.
Trixie trots up to her new hat and cape, spinning the first around to find Twilight's eyes plastered on the front, gazing up at her with great fear in her eyes. From somewhere, tears begin to form on the fabric of Twilight's new body.
No,
Oh, damn it.
don't cry. Come on. Trixie will get us out of here, Twilight. And then we can get you back to normal, okay?
You got hat and cape Twilight.
Okay, so we're gonna have to carry her with us, I guess, and hopefully we can do some good shit.
Moving
All
forward,
right,
Trixie
what now?
enters a spiral staircase with her new hat and cape in tow. Having explored the bottom floor, she chooses to press on to the top and enters into the observatory. Will you look around or leave?
Alright, let's look around. I'm too curious for this.
Rummaging around, Trixie
Oh, hey.
discovers a bag of bits left in the seemingly empty observatory. Though Twilight grumbles in disapproval, that does not stop Trixie at all.
Because
You
Twilight
got
can't do
15
anything.
bits, but lose 1 karma.
Oh, I had 2 karma before. Okay, because I saved Twilight. So Twilight can't do anything because she's a hat and cape at the moment.
Entering
Oh.
out into the cold night air, Trixie enters into the library. The girls observe a bounty of knowledge before them, and Twilight lets out a grumble of mercy. Trixie responds.
She has no
seeking
mouth.
to
How does she do
understand
that?
her. Twilight lets out another whimper and looks upon herself the best she can with her own eyes, and then back and forth between the books.
Oh, you want me to look for a book on transformation?
Will you search for a book on transformation magic, pursue the open book on the desk, or continue onwards?
Okay, well, we can see the open book is Umbermancy. Let's search for a book.
Searching through the lines and lines of books, with a helpful pair of eyes on her head to aid, Trixie finally comes across what seems to be just what the two are looking for. Read the book, or put it back.
Which one is the one we're supposed to be looking for? Animate for the inanimate. Or inanimation for the animate, because those poor unfortunate souls turned into objects can't help themselves. Oh, God. Alright, sure, let's read the book.
Unsure but determined as Twilight whimpers,
Oh,
Trixie
God.
slips a hoof between the pages and takes a look inside. For a while, she is able to examine various practices and magics to do with the art of transformation, before suddenly a
Says
cloud of green
inanimation.
gas pours out and blasts into Trixie's face. Entering a coughing fit, Trixie thrusts the book back into the shelf and shakes her
Oh,
eyes back and
accursed.
forth in her head. You attain knowledge of transformation magic and the cursed status.
So we have transformation magic, so we're going to be able to change Twilight back, hopefully, and hopefully, separate them so we still have the hat and cape.
Continuing
Let's continue.
on, Trixie reaches the end
Alright.
of the library and comes across a
We
door
know what's going to
leading
happen
to
here,
a
so...
large
Alright,
marble-
turn
of
tail and
course Trixie
run.
wouldn't stay.
God,
No
that
choice.
face!
Trixie immediately
So,
turns
it's still
about,
the,
speeds
it's a
away
different
back
image,
through
but the
marsh,
same thing would
galloping
happen, so let's
frantically
continue
down.
on.
Closing in, a tentacle unfurls and lashes
And
ahead of
we're
its
gonna...
companions,
See, I
smacking
think we
Trixie
lose
square in
bits
the
from
face.
that. Okay.
As Trixie nears the end of
We're
the
gonna have
hallway,
to go
two-
forward.
As Trixie runs by,
Yeah, it's all the
exploding
same.
into the library. Trixie
Alright,
has
let's
already fled
enter the
happily
second
as the
floor.
monster chases her.
Can't remember
With
what happens
haste
there.
rivaling the wonderbolts, Trixie is
Okay,
nearly
let's head
falling down the
forward.
spiral steps
Oh
at
no, the
tremendous
gallery is
speed.
forward. We
Above,
die
the
there. Shut up,
observatory
narrator.
towers.
Let's go left.
Trixie darts for the left door, and as Trixie flies into the
there we
foyer
go.
and slams
New
the door
place.
shut behind her, she reinforces
can watch the
her
other videos
barricade
if you
with
wanna know what
magic,
happens there.
and then remembers to make sure she has Twilight with her. Sighing in relief to find the hat still on her head, she moves forward when she notices an odd calm, the shadow seemingly halting its assault.
We're gonna have the riddle here, probably.
Taking on a new approach, the entity draws black curtains across the windows and doors, halting the girls in their path to the exit.
Clearly, you are more aware of tact than action, and so I beg of you, please, grace me simply with your willingness.
We're gonna have the
partake
riddles in
the
the dark
game.
again.
If you win, I will allow you to leave here unharmed.
With a grumbling from Twilight, Trixie understands completely what she means and loosens her stance, nodding to agree to play the monster's game.
Alright. So, we're gonna have... Okay, so this is the... I don't know why the narrator isn't narrating, but see, the riddle is... see, it's been a bit... Oh, crap. I need to get rid of this. So, let's see, the riddle is... Within all it lies, deep-seated murder... I believe it was evil. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was evil.
Gentle
and then
demure,
this one was
kind,
innocence.
solid.
This one was beauty.
Always.
A hollow wailing in
There
the
we
distance
go.
rises into an ear-piercing screech of sadness, the shadow all around ceasing its flowing motion and freezing. The whining continues as the solidified darkness cracks and chips, shattering in places into large chunks and falling into the ground, disintegrating into the floor. The exit door is revealed, and Trixie makes for it as soon as it's free. Bound by its promise, the monster has no choice but to allow them passage, and screams unendingly as the mare gallops down onto the cobblestone path and out through the front gates, holding onto Twilight. Making it a safe distance away, Trixie pants and gasps, stopping and hanging her head.
Boy, that was close, Sparkle.
You win!
So, we have the Hat and Cape, Twilight, and Transformation Magic, which means, I'm guessing that what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to transform Twilight back and the Hat and Cape into a real Hat and Cape. So let's check our scorecard.
Congratulations! I really hope you had fun playing. Take a moment to use the scorecard to find out how you did. Share
Oh,
with
the
your
Hat and
friends
Cape
if you like,
Twilight
and
is
feel free to play and
25.
post a score again. Did you get Trixie's hat and cape back?
So that's not the real ending. We still need the real Hat and Cape somehow. So, well, I guess that's a decent place to end for this one. I might come back and try to get the legit Hat and Cape. I mean, we have transformation magic, so I don't know why we can't just change Twilight back. But whatever. All right. I'll play again some other time. But for now, I'm Dash, and I'm out.